This video is brought to you by ECOVACS. So we got the ASUS ProArt 13. They already unboxed it. I'm actually excited, bro. Why the hell did they open my laptop, man? God damn. Alright, so this year alone, I've had the opportunity to test different laptops from ASUS, and this one is the ASUS ProArt 13. One I'm actually excited about because I have never used a laptop with touchscreen display before, and this one happens to be a hybrid laptop. I'm actually excited. This laptop looks really small. Okay. So that's basically it. That's all you get in the box: the laptop, a 200-watt power brick, an adapter. Yeah, so far the laptop feels heavy but light at the same time, simply because like it's small. I feel like it's going to have like more fingerprints, but in terms of look, I like how simple, minimal and cool it looks. I think the power button is right here. I don't know how I feel about that because I'm usually used to power button being at the top. Anyways, let's get into the laptop. So as usual, the first thing to do with a new laptop is the setup. Now surprisingly, I didn't have to spend hours in the setup process this time. My guess is this laptop has been opened and tested before since it's a review unit, and I honestly can't complain. First thing I did was navigate through the settings with the touch display because like I said, this is an hybrid laptop that could double as a tablet. Alright guys, so I'm just all around the place right now, basically trying to set everything. There's nothing to set up. All I just have to do is connect my Wi-Fi, but check this out. Boom. Yo, literally a big iPad, bro, or a big tablet. Look, and it works perfectly. I could just, and guess what, while you're using it like this and you type in the keyboard or the trackpad at the back, it doesn't affect the display. Bro, that's crazy, bro. This is definitely the perfect laptop for creatives. So yeah, I got too excited, basically connected to the internet, and I can't wait to put this laptop to use. This is the ASUS ProArt PX13, powered by an AMD Ryzen 9 HX processor paired with an RTX 4050 GPU, and my unit comes with 32GB of RAM and 1TB of internal SSD. I would like to compliment this simple minimal design. I'm a big fan of this one. It comes at 3.04 pounds, which is quite heavy for a 13-inch laptop, but honestly still light to carry around. If you're an OG fan of the channel, you know how much I love black aesthetics, and ASUS just never disappoints when it comes to looks. The body is made of aluminum with a matte finish on the back and a sleek glossy writing of the ASUS ProArt logo. Definitely the kind of laptop you would like to take out for a coffee run. This is a laptop that I'll be using to handle my daily tasks from now on, whether I'm at home or having to work on the go. And because I find myself busy almost every time, I don't really have the time to clean up my space because I'm already caught up with work. Having the DEEBOT X11 OmniCyclone as my personal cleaner just makes keeping the crib tidy effortlessly. It already has a map of my space, separating the rooms into segments so it knows exactly where to clean. I get to monitor its movement on the iPhone 17 Pro Max using the ECOVACS Home app, which also helps with cleaning even when I'm not at home, so I can come back to the crib looking spotless. It's a 3-in-1 robot that's capable of vacuum, sweeping and mopping all at once effortlessly. It's got power boost battery reserve, so even if it needs a quick top up mid clean, it recharges 6% in just 3 minutes and get right back to work without slowing down. Its mop applies 3800 PA of pressure while scrubbing at 200 RPM, knocking out stains like spill, coffee or greasy ketchup spots, and with 19,500 PA suction power, it pulls out dust, scrubs and pets hair straight out of carpets and rugs. With True Edge 3.0 technology, it extends into corners and along baseboards, so no dirt gets left on edges. It also has a true pass adaptive 4-wheel system to cross bridges between your home, a built-in sensor that helps it move around tight spots in my crib without getting stuck, especially with all this tech laying around, but it's also just as effective in a much larger home. So while I'm often locked in with work, the DEEBOT X11 OmniCyclone quietly takes care of my cleaning in the background. Now when you open the laptop, the hinge is very sturdy with little to no wobble at all, which makes sense because it's a 360 design that can fully be converted to a tablet if you want it to. You can get access to the computer using Windows Hello with the built-in 1080p webcam in front, and you are greeted with a 3K resolution touch display. It's very clear and sharp with accurate colors. Consuming high quality content or working on creative software like Lightroom feels visually pleasing. And of course, it's a touch display with smooth navigation, but limited to 60Hz of refresh rate. That said, it's actually quite smooth that you don't even notice unless someone tells you it's 60Hz. Even though this isn't specifically made for gaming, the color pops when it comes to animated content, and I think you would actually enjoy playing video games on this laptop. It's very smooth, vibrant, and feels immersive when you're locked in. It's a display with stylus support that can be used for note-taking or creative drawing, and I'll be putting that to use later on in the video. For a 13-inch laptop, the keyboard seems quite spacious with simple font that maintains the clean aesthetics. It's crazy how they even managed to fit function buttons at the top, even though each individual key is just as big as the likes of what you would see on bigger laptops. And it also has adjustable backlight for use in a dark environment. Same goes with the trackpad, quite spacious for a laptop this small, and I like how it matches so well with the entire theme. Using this to navigate shouldn't be a struggle at all, and it's very responsive with a satisfying feel to click on. You can just tell this is a premium component. Now when it comes to port selection, the ASUS ProArt PX13 is fully endowed. It uses a DCI port for fast charging with its 200W charger, 2 USB-C ports with transfer speed of up to 40GB per second, a USB-A port, an headphone jack, and an HDMI port for external display. Now even though the USB-C port also supports charging, I wouldn't rely on it because it barely charges the laptop. In fact, the battery was actually decreasing while I was charging and using the laptop at the same time, so just use the charger that comes with the laptop. Alright, so something strange that I noticed is that fans are next to the ports on the side for cooling. I initially thought these are the speakers until I started to apply some pressure to the machine. I'm not gonna lie, it does make sense because it helps let air pass through, but then the issue is that the speaker is in the bottom of the laptop, and of course that would affect the audio quality. It sounds a little muffled, and here is a representation of what it sounds like. Overall, I like what I'm seeing so far, and I can't wait to put this machine to a real world test. So I spent the rest of the day installing all the softwares I use frequently, like Notion, Adobe Creative Apps, CapCut, and others. While some of the apps were installing, I got straight to work, wrote a script for a short form video, filmed for a couple minutes, and then edited the video using CapCut on the ASUS ProArt PX13. The performance was very smooth with a little to no lag at all, but I'm not gonna lie, the fans were buzzing like crazy. It was even using about 31GB of its memory already, but the good thing is it doesn't feel hard and uncomfortable to use. It didn't hinder the performance or slow the machine down, and remember, I'm also installing some apps in the background. So yeah, that's what I did for the rest of the day, and I'll be using it as my daily to see what it's capable of and the battery life as well. Alright, so what's going on, y'all? It's currently about 2 days since I unboxed the ASUS ProArt PX13 right there. I've been using it as my main computer, even though I told you guys, even though my MacBook is always on my setup, I just use my MacBook for like editing videos and stuff like that. But whenever I'm getting work done, school, you know, daily task, the laptop I use is usually the laptop that I'm currently testing. But yeah, it's been a good laptop so far. Performance has been great, but I'm thinking of going to Best Buy today, or basically looking up online for a stylus pen so that I can use the laptop to its full potential. But right now, I'm just going to show you guys what it's like in the real world, just pushing it to the limits. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing today. Alright, so I've been using the ASUS ProArt PX13 for the past 2 days now. I still haven't been able to get how long the battery lasts, but I'm not going to lie. It's almost as if I have to charge it every time I pick it up. I'll have to pay more attention to the battery life. Now I have got to work on a few projects before the week runs out. Using the PX13 to keep up with my task, first I placed an order for a stylus pen on Amazon so I can utilize the touch display for work, and then got into other tasks for the day like filming, scripting, editing, basically doing my job as I try to blend in the PX13 into my workflow. Okay, so what's going on, y'all? It's currently Saturday because yesterday I was basically like focused more on making like the video I was making, and then I don't know, I feel like time runs by pretty fast these days, but I was trying to see what I could get out of the battery, and I really didn't do anything crazy in terms of like working, editing or stuff like that. I was just testing it for the short form video I was filming, and the battery was going down way too fast, but at the same time I didn't really pay attention to like the timing and everything. So I'm going to try to put it through the test because I'm going to Chicago today, so it's the laptop I'll be taking with me. It's currently 12:25 right now, so I basically have to film. I won't disclose it, but yeah, I have a new drone, so it's a paid partnership, so I have to go to Chicago and just get some clean footage and stuff like that, and hopefully I don't lose this drone again. But yeah, I need to check on my emails, stuff like that. I'm going to charge the laptop again just to see how much is going to go from here on out. So yeah. Alright, so before I head out, I had to charge the ASUS ProArt 13 just to make sure it's juiced up for usage on the go. Also took the time to respond to my emails while I let it charge. Now I'm not going to lie, it's actually a struggle for me to multitask on this 13-inch display. There is a big difference in screen management between this and the 14-inch laptops that I'm used to. That said, I managed to utilize it properly and even got used to it once I got logged into work. Typing on the built-in keyboard of the ProArt 13 is surprisingly satisfying with no cramp or constraint on my palm despite its small size. The key spacing is quite similar to that of a 14-inch laptop, and it feels tactile with good key travel. Same goes with the trackpad, very smooth with enough room to navigate with, has a real-time response with a soothing and satisfying click as well. I am actually impressed on how well the keyboard and trackpad is on this laptop. That's one less thing to worry about when considering a portable laptop that you can use to work from anywhere. So yeah, I took care of my emails for the day and updated the progress of my videos on Notion. I also looked through the script for the video I'm going out to film, and then it was time to head out. So after filming for a minute, I had to pull up to a coffee shop because it was cold and I needed something to warm up. Now they had limited working space in this coffee shop, so having a laptop this small actually makes sense in this case. I also couldn't find their Wi-Fi network, so I connected to my phone hotspot because I just don't feel like asking. I needed to get some internet related work done, but the network was very slow, so I just took out the micro SSD from my drone to see what the drone footages look like. The ProArt PX13 uses a micro SSD slot, which is not ideal, but it's actually useful for quick access to footages after filming. I spent some time looking through the drone footages which I filmed in log profile and fired up CapCut to color grade them just to get a feel of how they would look like in my upcoming video. Doing creative work like color grading on the display of the PX13 actually looks good if you know your way around it, of course. Obviously, I'm not going to be editing the full video right here because I don't have the time, but I believe if I really need to, this is a laptop I could rely on provided I have my charger with me. So the internet finally started to work smoothly, handled that real quick, headed back to the field to get some more drone videos in, and that was basically all I did for the day. So it's It's Sunday. Today I'll be focusing on getting my school related tasks done to prepare for the week. But first, I always have emails to respond to. YouTube is feeling more like a business than just a side project now. Anyways, I'll say my experience for the ProArt PX13 for the past couple days has actually been solid. It's very quick to open apps and the performance has been reliable. From scripting, editing, taking care of my admin task, it's handling everything with ease and doesn't get hot. The only thing is the battery dies really quick, even quicker than the ASUS ROG Zephyrus G14. Roughly around 2 hours of surfing the internet would drain your battery from 100% to 0%. Now it actually makes sense because it's packing so much power in a small body, which means the battery is smaller. After tracking my email for the day, I did all my online assignments and then needed to set up my programming environment for coding assignments. So I installed VS Code and a couple supporting extensions. Also brought out my G14 to copy the Unix setup that I had on there for school, and then installed the GoodNotes app for note-taking. The idea here is to turn this into a note-taking device while using it to handle my programming projects, and it actually is built to work like that. This is a laptop where 1 minute I am basically writing code or browsing the internet, and then the other I find myself writing notes by simply converting it into a display-only device, like writing down my ideas or taking important points when I'm studying. The best use case for me is when I have to sign a contract document and send it back to brands immediately. I simply download the PDF file, sign the document and send it to the client within a few minutes. This is something I'll usually go back and forth between my iPad Air and MacBook to do in the morning during my email sessions. But now using the ProArt 13 just saves me so much time. I have even been able to sign up to 3 deals in a few minutes effortlessly. Going back to setting the laptop for programming, I was able to get it done successfully, run a few programming tests, and this machine is ready to run all my Linux based assignments. I'll be showing a real world programming in the day in the life video coming soon, so make sure you are subscribed for that. Now I also installed games to test more on the performance. The games I play are FIFA, Call of Duty and others, and I'm not going to lie, launching games like Call of Duty was kind of slow with the fans going off with loud noise. Okay, so I'm not sure if you guys could hear it, but the fan is going crazy right now. Can you guys hear that? This is my first time of turning on the game, but bro, the fan is going crazy. I basically launched 2 games at a time, so that's FIFA right there, and this is Call of Duty. It's actually taking time to launch, but it says it's running, and I don't know what the problem is, but bro, it's crazy. It's using 31 gigabytes of memory. I don't have a lot of things going on, to be honest. Like, all I just have is browsers. I just have browsers open. I think I already turned off my VS Code. Okay, my VS Code is still open, but let me close that. And the CPU, it's not using so much. The GPU, it's okay, it's fine. The AMD Radeon graphics card, the RTX 4050, it's also good. But the memory, woof. So after the game launched, navigating through the settings was very smooth even though the fans were still loud. I made sure to max out all the settings and finally got into playing. Now remember, it's a 60Hz display, so it should be limited in frame rate. That said, the gameplay was very smooth. I was averaging between 40 to 50 FPS with latency of 46 to 59 milliseconds. The GPU heat maxed at 76 Fahrenheit, which isn't too bad. What I appreciate is that it didn't get uncomfortably hard to use, unlike the ROG Zephyrus G14 even under pressure. Performance shows that it used up the entire memory and about 55% of the GPU power. It didn't show any sign of lag during gameplay, and the only thing is the loud fans, which is understandable because of the pressure. Overall, the ASUS ProArt PX13 seems to be a good portable laptop for Windows users who are into a hybrid system like this one. It's powerful to handle everything I throw at it with great performance, convertible to also use as a tablet for creative drawing or note-taking. It's the laptop I'll be carrying along with me from now on, along with its 200-watt charger, because its battery, it's not that great in my opinion. Also, keep an eye out for another EDC video featuring the ProArt 13 and the Google Pixel 10 Pro XL coming soon. I like its simple and compact design. Its display is great for both creativity and gameplay. I think its value for money only makes sense based on the fact that it's a 2-in-1 laptop, and it fully depends on what kind of work you choose to do on this device, whether it's drawing or creativity.